The Pursuit of Happiness, When Pain Becomes Fuel. Based on the true story of Chris Gardner. San Francisco, 1981. This city has a way of dividing people. If you have money, San Francisco smells like the sea breeze mixing with the aroma of roasted coffee from the financial district. But if you are broke, truly broke, it smells like cold concrete. Damp subway tunnels, and the sweat drying on the only dress shirt you own. My name is Chris Gardner. Back then, my constant companion was a portable bone density scanner. It weighed about 20 pounds. But on some days, it felt like I was carrying the weight of the entire world. That machine was my gamble. I had poured my life savings into distributing them, believing they were the future of medicine. I was wrong. Doctors saw them as expensive luxuries. Every morning, I woke up not just to the reality of failing sales, but to a crumbling family. My wife, Linda, had run out of patience, and sleeping innocently in the middle of this chaos was my son, Christopher Jr. He didn't know we were 3 months behind on rent. He didn't know his father was drowning. Blank. My life didn't change because of a lightning bolt from the sky. It changed because of a red convertible. One afternoon, as I was hauling that cursed scanner down the street, a red Ferrari 308 pulled up to the curb. A man stepped out. He was impeccably dressed, radiating a kind of confidence I was starving for. I couldn't help myself. I walked up to him and asked the 2 questions that would rewrite my destiny. I just have 2 questions. What do you do, and how do you do it? He smiled and said, I'm a stockbroker. In that split second, my world shifted. I realized I was standing on the wrong side of the American dream. He told me I didn't need a fancy medical degree. I just needed to be good with numbers and good with people. I decided right then, I was going to be a stockbroker. But life has a cruel sense of humor. When I finally secured an interview for an internship at Dean Witter Reynolds, Linda left. She couldn't take the uncertainty anymore. She left me alone with Christopher. I was now a single father, jobless, facing a mountain of parking tickets that eventually got me arrested. I remember the interview vividly. I had spent the previous night in a jail cell for those unpaid tickets. I ran from the police station to the brokerage firm. Wearing paint-splattered clothes, I had been painting my apartment before the arrest. A tank top, and a jacket, no tie. I walked into a room full of partners wearing $1,000 suits. They looked at me like I was insane. Martin Fromm, the head of personnel, looked me in the eye and asked a question that felt like a trap. Chris, what would you say if a guy walked in here for an interview without a shirt on? And I hired him? What would you say? Time stopped. I thought about my son. I thought about the scanner. I had nothing left to lose. So I leaned on the only thing I had, my wit. He must have had on some really nice pants. Laughter filled the room. I got the spot. But there was a catch, a devastating one. The internship was unpaid, and out of 20 interns, only 1 would be hired. I had to make a choice, quit and find a minimum wage job to survive. Or bet everything on myself. I remembered a promise I made to myself long ago: don't ever let someone tell you you can't do something, not even me. I took the bet. That marked the beginning of my life as the working homeless. By day, I was the most aggressive intern on the floor. To compete with the kids from Harvard and Yale, I developed a system. I didn't drink water so I wouldn't have to waste time going to the bathroom. I didn't hang up the phone between calls. I just held down the receiver button to save milliseconds. I was dialing for dollars, desperate to stand out. But when the market closed, Christopher and I became ghosts. We slept in parks. We slept under desks. We slept on the BART train. But the memory that still haunts me, the one that still makes my chest tighten, is the night in the subway station bathroom. We had been turned away from the shelter. We had nowhere to go. Christopher was exhausted, his little body sagging against mine. I carried him into the public restroom at the BART station. It was filthy, but it was enclosed. I laid down toilet paper on the hard floor to make a bed. We're playing a game, I whispered to him, forcing a smile through my tears. We are hiding from dinosaurs. This is our cave. He believed me. He curled up and fell asleep. Suddenly, someone banged on the door. Bang, bang. A commuter wanted to use the restroom. I froze. I pressed my foot against the door to hold it shut. And I covered my son's ears so the noise wouldn't wake him. Looking at myself in the dirty mirror above the sink, tears streamed down my face. I was a grown man in a suit, cowering in a bathroom, holding a door shut with my foot. The shame was suffocating. I asked God, why me? Why my son? But in that darkness, I clung to a truth I now share with the world. Your current circumstances are not your conclusion. They are just your starting point. I couldn't quit. My why was sleeping on the floor behind me. Blank, _ blank. The routine was brutal. 5 p.m., leave the office. 5:30 p.m., pick up Christopher. 6 p.m., stand in line at the Glide Memorial Church for a bed. If we were 5 minutes late, we slept on the street. 9 p.m., while Christopher slept, I used the dim hallway light to study stock charts. I watched other men in the shelter give up. The light in their eyes had gone out. I swore I would never let that happen to me. I had to run faster than the fear chasing me. Blank, _ blank. The final day of the internship arrived. 6 months of hell and hope. I was called into the partner's office. The same room, the same men, but this time, I was wearing the cleanest shirt I could find. Martin Fromm looked at me. His face was unreadable. My heart hammered against my ribs. Chris, he said softly, you've done an excellent job. You've worked harder than anyone I've ever seen. He paused. The silence was deafening. We'd like to invite you back tomorrow. But, could you wear a shirt again? Because tomorrow will be your first day as a broker. I couldn't hear anything after that. My ears rang. I shook hands, said, thank you, and walked out. The moment I stepped onto the busy San Francisco sidewalk, I lost it. I didn't just cry, I wept. I threw my hands up to the sky. People walked past me, staring, but I didn't care. I wasn't crying from sadness anymore. I was crying because I had survived. I ran all the way to the daycare. I picked Christopher up and held him so tight he squeaked. We did it, I whispered into his hair. We did it. Blank, _ blank. Reflection. Years later, after I founded Gardner Rich & Company and made my millions, people often ask me about the secret to success. They want stock tips. They want market analysis. But the secret isn't in the numbers. It's in the resilience. Americans love the phrase, the pursuit of happiness. It's in our Declaration of Independence. But back then, at my son's daycare, the word was misspelled as happiness with a Y. To me, that Y stands for you and why. Why are you doing this? Who are you doing this for? If your why is strong enough, you can endure any how. My why was my son. If you feel like you are at rock bottom right now, if you feel like the world is conspiring against you, remember this quote of mine. The world is your oyster. It's up to you to find the pearls. And never, ever have a plan B. Because plan B sucks. It distracts you from plan A when you have no safety net. You will find a way to fly. That is the American dream. It's not about where you start. It's about having the guts to finish. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe so you don't miss any meaningful stories.